Bullshit
I ran with him for 17 years.
Not really, right?
Yeah, really.
17?
17.
We saw y'all publicly for a couple years, really.
No,
right?
that's you.
Yeah.
Big U came home in 04.
Okay.
Beat his son half to death. We bailed him out.
Why'd
Paid
you do
for
that?
his attorney. Reggie probably told you about that. If not, he'll tell you because he was around for it, right? Paid for his attorney. That's back when the Infinity QX56 first hit. We had the same matching car. Like you wouldn't know if it was him or me, right? 17 years we ran, right? 17 years. He would tell people, Wack got the key to my front door. That's why I told Brick, hey, Brick, I've never seen you in my life. I never seen you at Crenshaw High. I never seen you at the funerals. You know, I helped him bury a bunch of dudes over there. I never seen you at his crib, at the office. I never seen you. You didn't come out to all the video shoots, all these radio events we was having. How the West was won. Me and my boy AD created that. Crush Groove, we created that. I had contracts with Nick Masters at Live Nation. I would cut Big U in so Bro could eat because we was showing him how to hustle in the industry. Before he left, he wasn't in the industry. It was Key to Rock from 6-0. It was S-Mac from 6-0, the industry guys, right? There was no Big U. So when he came home, we embraced him, set him at the table, and we plugged him everywhere. This is why when I stepped away from him, all the industry went away from him.
You really feel like that?
That's a fact.
Everybody saw
Go to 2021.
I feel like a lot of people think it was the inverse of that, where a lot of people stopped with you.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My plugs ain't stop. You know that.
Definitely felt like you became a lot more controversial in the industry because of that, though.
Because of what?
Because of you and Big U going to war.
Well, no,
I don't take it as that.
I think it's vice versa.
I was always, bro, he had no contracts, right? His only artist that got a deal, me and Game, got him the deal. He screwed it up, right? You got a dude that's struggling to try to keep his home from getting took and all this other crazy stuff. Wack was all DJ K. Slate, that's me. We put him with T.I. It was S-Mac plug. All my artists on my side. When he needed scooty bikes for the kids giveaway, who supplied them? Yo, could you get Game to promote my football league? Who got that done? Right? Yo, could you help me? Could Nip go on tour? Who got that done? Let's talk about it. Like, bro, he has no real connects in the industry. Zero.
And you've always kind of been resentful of the fact that people treat him as if he's kind of on your level.
I'm not resentful that he ain't got more money than me. He ain't got no he has no plaques. He don't have no resources. He has no stamps in the passport. What are you talking about?
Yeah, y'all look at completely different. Like,
He's not on my level with no damn music industry.
Wack's like one of the most influential voices.
I mean, Big U hasn't had successes in the entertainment world. People act like he does, but there's no real
because we
receipt
put it
for
around him.
He did like one documentary style show.
That was my show.
Right.
I gave it to him. They begged me for 18 months. That's the homie from Compton Paul Rue show, Jim Bob. Jim Bob came to me for 18 months. Him and one of the Writers for Power, begging me to do it. I didn't want to do it. No disrespect, because I didn't want the segment to end with music with me. I always told myself, when I do that type of style thing, I want to have my other thing going on, right? Which like now I could do it.
Yeah.
Because it's going on, right? But I said, Jim Bob, no disrespect, that's a G homie. But I said, go ahead, Big U do it. He'll eat it up. He looking for the light.
Wait, Wack, let me ask you a couple questions, because I ain't gonna lie. It was reading through the entire indictment, I was flabbergasted of just how accurate. And I'm not gonna lie, you said these things, and all these niggas got.
Man, let's get back to what we came
talking
for.
about. What AK case? What this? I'm reading through this. I'm like, this Wack is on the money.
June 23rd, 2023.
How do you find out about that though?
Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. Could I tell how I found out about it?
The Rat 100.
Whatever you want to say.
Okay, a certain person's wife is intimate with a Paru. You know it's the truth. Paru, dead homies.
Ooh,
When I come on this time.
look at Adam's face. They talking about his whole.
When he went
Look at Adam's face.
to jail,
She getting like 2.
she called her significant other.
I think it was like an ex-boyfriend
Ain't no
type
ex,
situation,
ain't no ex,
wasn't
no,
it?
no. Ain't no ex.
I think it was like an ex-boyfriend. No, she clapping buns. Nah, whatever she told you it was. Jit, sit back. Come on, go cut some.
Ex-boyfriend.
Who?
Because I know my homeboy and I know his situation. Right?
He ain't messing with that.
It's Lil Jon's homie. Lil Jon know I'm talking about. He's a very
Look
well-known
at Adam.
dude,
We have to
tied
have
to
a
a bunch
talk.
of people, right? So when he went, I get the call. He said, hey, you know that boy called up. I said, who that? Who? I
Heard.
said, how you know? He said, you know. I said, oh, okay. You serious? He said, I'm gonna send you his info. Come in and catch him with a K. She gonna know because she at home. They catch him with a K. This how I knew. This is why when Brick was saying in one of these rooms, having a tantrum, I don't know how cuz be knowing he on some police shit. That's because you got a leak in your waterbed. I don't wake up and say, the day while he was still in there, I'm on Clubhouse saying it.
Not gonna lie, man.
I called the date. I called the date, the year. I told you what caliber.
And let me ask you, actually, I got a question for Adam on it. Because, like, even reading the whole thing in this what they call the Big U Enterprise, and even when Brick Baby comes up here to work, even certain conversations being allowed on this platform, he ever pull you to the side, like, again, not saying that it would be the cause of it, but it's exacerbating it, right? It's so adding context. Like,
all the time.
Y'all are coming in here and y'all are literally, I mean, there's a part where they're like, hey, we knew this.
Why he had you on act? He don't care about none of that. What is content, boy?
But then on the No Jumper podcast, they corroborated it. And I'm like...
No, definitely. And just because I have it pulled up, I really want to just play this one clip that has been going kind of viral that's like generally considered to be like the most federal clip that anybody on the podcast has ever had. This is Loose Cannon.
Basically, it's like...
No, you got to play it back.
He'll be like, he'll
talking about Big U.
Things like, we'll go and do something, and the same we do it to, show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But because it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen them get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like that.
Wack right down serial numbers. I've been here reporting them things to them, man. Like, nah, they use this one right here. I remember I gave it to them on whatever. We good with dates and all. January 13th.
And catch on. So it was like. I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. Do you get what I'm saying?
And then tell him no.
Like
people are pretty astonished because almost that exact thing is listed in the
indictment. Now let me go back to what you asked me.
Conversation.
Yeah.
This is why when Loose Cannon was calling me about what 600 was doing, I'm looking at the phone like, you can't be serious. 600 then made a video with him saying what he was saying 2 seconds later and put that. So you're calling me about what 600 is saying. Brody, have you forgot the things you said?
So basically, though, they both was admitting that they were saying police.
600 wasn't saying police because
he was trying to contradict it. He was trying to say
600 was reporting what was on the internet. That wasn't on the internet.
That's his own personal story that he lived.
I know how to protect my team. How did it get to the internet? I made sure it went to the proper stages of getting into the internet. I ran a...
He made sure it got to the internet. I want y'all to hear this, bruh. No, I ain't making this up, bruh. Come on, bruh. It's informant. It's the biggest setup ever.
Clubhouse room. I play snippets, have my media team tape it, clip it, send it to YouTube, and I sent you 600. Now you can talk about it. It's on the internet.
All right, so Wack, when you hearing stories of Loose saying shit like that, so you didn't have...
That ain't my business.
No, but you didn't have any clue that he could be caught up in this RICO or anything that was going on?
How would I have? I had no idea.
I think Loose thought he was kind of...
I had no idea.
That's the thing about...
Loose thinks that because it was 2-3 years ago, like, oh, he got 20 guns. It's like, it just sounds like he's talking. But when the feds are actually able to put the case together and show that this is the type of thing they were actually doing, all of a sudden these podcasts become very important.
You know what they're keying on in that?
What?
When he says, I'm his right hand
Are you
man.
trying so hard?
See,
right?
Loose's case, the robbery has nothing to do with Big U. What they're doing is they got this guy. They got sex trafficking, they got extortion, they got a murder. And they got some wire fraud, all that
and
stuff.
same
right?
things with Brick is that none of his charges are actually related to Big U as of yet.
But what do Big U, Brick, and Loose have in common? They're all from rolling sixes. And guess what? Brick's situation and Loose's situation independently involves the same guy that was being extorted. So they're saying you were operating for Big U doing these things.
Yeah.
The same guy Dale Monster, I know him, right? That Big U sent Sylvester Vest over there to pick up $1,000 every week of the Fed's money. You read that, right?
From the dispensary guy.
From the dispensary guy, right? The same guy that was going on with is the same guy that legitimately had issues with these two men that had nothing to do with that. They had nothing to do with they didn't know Big U was even doing that. But when he says, I'm his right-hand man, they saying, okay, 6-0, 6-0, 6-0, Best 6-0, and Best ain't even a gang member. Bear Claw 6-0, right? And we got one target, the same dude. Well, you did that. Now, we ain't going to say it's independent. We're going to say you did that because they was doing that.
Yeah.
And we're going to call this the Big U Enterprise, which is when the realest thing Big U said on his turn-in little videos was, Loose Cannon, Brick Baby, or not Brick Baby.
He said, Loose Cannon, I don't really with him. Brick Baby, I don't really
But he fucks with Brick Baby.
But he
said he does.
He did say,
He
and
does
no.
with Brick Baby. Do we fuck with Brick Baby?
Yes.
That's a fact.
Wait, he denounced
No,
him?
no,
He
he
denounced
fucks.
Brick Baby.
In his
Really?
exit
Yeah, but
video,
he fucks with him. But Loose, he don't fuck with
I mean, but it is alleged that, and that's why I'm so surprised that if I'm Brick Baby and I feel like him and you have a close personal relationship, I'm either quitting or I'm telling you
bro.
no more conversation about
Bro,
me.
no.
He definitely needs to be careful.
It's alleged that he would rob somebody and then have these conversations. And first of all, they were tapping Big U's phone. And
They
break it down with him, which is pretty much kind of like extortion.
I don't think Brick
And
was doing any of that stuff while he was working here. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, but if you've done it in the past, why would you ever talk about that man's crimes? If your
a lot
crimes
of
are
these
linked to
dudes
his,
feel like if they get away with it
You
for
don't
a
wanna-
few weeks,
listen.
that they're safe.
Brick never wanted to talk about it.
if me and you used to rob stores back in the day,
Yeah.
and then now I'm on a podcast, and people want to talk about your robbing history, and maybe we're talking about you robbing stores in over there, and I
Yeah.
never robbed stores. I don't want to talk about you robbing stores. If we used to do something of the sort, that's why I'm so surprised that I thought Brick like maybe didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, again, obviously these are allegations, but kind of reading, I'm like, I don't know
What did Brick say on
that
your
paycheck
show?
can't be that good. I would
When
have
I
stopped this
asked
whole
him
show.
about the AK case, he said what? It was dismissed in Compton court. Ain't that what he said? I said, what's up with that AK case? You called June 23rd, 20.
He said
It was
DA
dismissed
reject.
as DA reject. No, it ain't, Brick. The feds got it, along with the cell phone. So now you got to ask yourself, if I got caught with that, right? I'm going to be like, yo, bro, I got caught. They ain't gave me a court date.
But-
I'm not going to hide it.
By the way,
There's a reason why you hiding.
By the way, people think that you're the cop for that, but in
I'm
reality,
the what?
no. In reality, that's just being smart. It's the same thing with Zay Osama when he got caught with the switch in the Uber, and New York picked it up and dropped it. And he's like, I remember he dissed me. He was like, "Yo, I told you they ain't had nothing on me." And then the feds came right, like, "Come on,
The
like
feds,
that's just
you
using
listen what I'm
right?
saying. Compton Court never had it. The feds has always had it. Day one, he knew that. But why'd you lie? Because you know you got that sealed file over there about Sue Surf and them in Jersey. It's in
What
the
did Brick
paperwork.
ever have to do with them? You think Brick is in some way complicit
Big
with
U
that?
too. He had a sealed file. The exposers, Prince, Lavish, pulled it up. We tracked the case number back to Sue Surf and them. First, we thought it was some dirt. It's not dirt. He got a sealed file, dope case, New Jersey. It's the same indictment.
it is.
Sue Surf and them.
Yeah.
I know it is. Nigga, we the exposers, bro. That's a clubhouse thing. Let's straighten that out too. The exposers come from Clubhouse, on the side of Clubhouse, right? It was Wack, 600. I let Loose Cannon in.
He really bangs Clubhouse like it's his neighborhood.
Yo,
That's a fact.
yo,
That's my tool.
Yo, whoever on Clubhouse,
Level of
no,
commitment
he
is
got.
nuts.
And listen, they on Pacer because
Boy.
I looked up the same thing and I was like, I see Jersey, but I'm not putting together what you're saying. I'm like, why the fuck is a Jersey thing reference to Brick Baby?
They're using the same paperwork.
But what the hell could they have been doing with Jersey?
New Jersey 60s.
Right, but what were they doing?
I think there was
involved
someone
with
with narcotics.
If you read it, it says Big U's a gang leader. He supplied drugs and guns. He's number 4 out of 14, right? They got him identified, the conversations, wiretaps. This was crazy. Big U know this paperwork exists, but he don't change his phone numbers. He don't change his Instagram. This 2022. We in 2025. He still got the same information now. But 2 weeks later, when they go to serve the indictments, everybody that's in the paperwork early April, late April, they pick everybody up, but Big U name not there.
Wait, how do,
Took down a
wait,
whole
wait.
nother 5.
How do you know what's in the sealed indictment?
No,
for,
that was-
No, we
Why-
matched.
Oh, you
No,
just-
we
oh,
got
you
the
matched-
Sue Surf. Well, we got that work.
Okay.
That's not sealed.
Okay. Yeah.
but we matched case number
okay.
of Brick Baby sealed to their indictment.
Okay, it's just a sealed document.
It says New Jersey drugs.
Damn.
You a little nervous being in LA?
Nah.
No.
Fact, he said Wack trying to act like he good. You feel me? Crazy, boy. You be crazy. Now booth. I lost my dogs, I kill if I get a chance, I'ma shoot. My bro, I crash, broad day, you know, man, so I'm telling the truth. Ain't no therapist can relate to me, it's why I put my pain in the booth. No, I'm really coming from poverty, borderline, I ain't have no rule. I will hit a list for real, they get fun by trying to learn how to spoof. Fuck around, find who spoof it back, that spoof where I got spoofed. They asked about Robert, did a lot of it. We was the first young niggas with counterfeits. So my bro, I'ma make it, can't lie to jet. Won't never chat much about a lot of shit.